Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello everybody. Welcome. I'm looking for the date. I'm looking for a phone. I'm looking for a clock that still hasn't got a brand new battery in it. To be fair, the clock doesn't show the date, so I don't know why I'm looking at that. So, we are on Saturday the 26th of October. Here in the UK, our clocks will go back tonight, which is fab because everyone says, oh, get an extra hour of sleep. And I think, oh, I'll get an extra hour of stitching. It's fab. And I believe the American follows us because we then go to, I always know we're 5 hours, are we 5 hours ahead? Yes, we're 5 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. And tonight we'll go to 6 hours ahead. And then they catch us up when they move in a couple of weeks, I think. Don't believe me on these such matters. I'm not an expert in clocks, time changes or anything like that. Let's be honest, I'm not really an expert in anything. Just kind of wing it and hope for the best. So what was I saying? Today is Saturday the 26th, I think I've said that, and this is Flosstube. Well, where do we go now? Where do we go? Welcome is where we go to. So welcome to anybody who's brand new, who's accidentally landed here in a parallel universe. Welcome to anybody who's newly subscribed. Welcome to anybody who's found me along the way and has made the mad choice to come back. And anybody who's been with me from the start. Said it before and I'll say it again. You deserve medals. So, yes, welcome to you all and everyone. Justsewsherrie. I haven't got one this week. Well, I have. But I haven't had anything happen this week because I have not left the house, surprisingly enough. I have been back at work full time and I work from home. So I've been knackered. There was one night I was asleep by 7 p.m. I mean, I'm an early nighter anyway, an early birder, because it's actually, what time is it now? Oh, it's not too bad now. It's 10 to 7 now in the morning. I've been up since, actually I didn't wake up till 10 to 5, which was late considering I was in bed really early again last night. So anyway, prattling on about absolutely nothing. To tell you, I haven't been out of the house this week, so I've had very little happen that involved me, other than work that I kind of hang on to, and yeah, because that's what it was like this week. So we're on the coke already. Yes. But it hasn't been, I know last week I said it'd been a bit of a morning. It hasn't been this morning. It's been relatively productive-ish. As in, I'm kind of organised for me Flosstube and I've had me morning cup of tea. I've caught the cats on the benches and the kitchen benches. They are not allowed on the kitchen benches and they know that. But I've decided to get, I was going to say posh food, I don't know if it's posh food or not, but I went with one of those things that you order and they deliver, and it's meant to be just fresh meat for them. So I decided to give it a whirl because they were going through the normal wet food hand over fist. So I'm giving it a go to see if, even though possibly costs more initially, it might not cost more overall because I'm not buying as much of it, so we will see. But along with that came, and I'm only on the 2-week trial period anyway, and I've got a feeling it's not actually that expensive. I would need to work it out, but it doesn't feel any more expensive as to what I would pay anyway for a fortnight's food. So anyway, there's a new nibbles thing. I think they call it nibbles, treats, dreamies equivalent basically. And they're weird. They're like, there's no weight to them at all. They're like popcorn. It's meant to be freeze-dried chicken pieces. Jem is not impressed in any way, shape or form, and he's the dreamies boy. He's the treats boy. Scout isn't so bothered. But Scout is loving them. So I caught him on the bench because it's a cardboard tube and the bit at the bottom had come in, so he must have been able to smell it. So I caught him on the bench trying to get some extra nibbles. So they've been put away in the cupboard now. And then I caught Jem on the bench. I think he must have thought, well, it's all right, Scout was up there, I'm going to have a go. For no particular reason. So he got shouted at to get down as well, and they've both been kicked out. Yes, they've both slept all night. Honestly, they're like babies. If I get a full night's sleep, I'm literally quite, haven't they done well? They've had a full night without waking us up to be out. So that's me morning with the cats, because I'm sure you needed to know that. We were talking last week actually on the Stitchy Zoom we had. We were talking about what equates a crazy cat lady. And apparently I was told that because I'm thinking of getting a new kitten for Scout, that is the sort of crazy cat lady qualification. So apparently I'm there officially, because I think it would help Scout to not try and bully everybody else if he had his own little kitten to look after and to, you know, be Uncle Scout too. I think it would help his behaviour with the other grown-up cats. Apparently that's a mad idea. I thought it was sensible. So, speaking to things I say that are sensible and ideas that I have that are sensible, this week's Justsewsherrie. I haven't done anything this week. I haven't been out, as I've just explained. Adele, Cheryl, I still haven't put them in the post. I'm so sorry. I have got a couple of jobs to do this morning and I must go because I need to wash my clothes and I've run out of washing powder. I will post them, toot sweet, as Del Boy would say. I will get them in the post today. I promise. I'm so sorry. Where was I? What was I talking about? Menopause brain is not good this week. I've had some real problems. I'm choosing to say it's menopause and just not me being thick, but you make your own mind up with that. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Justsewsherrie. So I'm using a previous one, something that I said that was just like, and it includes one of you. I think she watches. I'm going to anonymise her though. We're going to call her Donna. She'll know who she is. It was from the Big Stitch. So there's some weeks I've said to you, oh, there's been a few this week and I've had to choose. So this was one of the ones that I could have chose. And I bumped into Donna again at the Stitch in London. And it was really lovely to see her actually. And it reminded me of this. So we were chatting, right? And chaps among us, you'll get it because you'll have been there when conversations have happened, I have no doubts. But ladies among us, I have no doubts, we have had lots of female conversations sitting at stitching tables. And we were talking about bras and which bras fit the best and the comfiest, and you know, because once you get past 30-ish, maybe 35-ish, you go for comfort over style, don't you? So anyway, we were talking about comfy bras, and Donna said, because that's not her name, said, oh, I found these really lovely comfy ones from Marks and Spencer's. Oh, are they the same ones as mine? Donna, Well, I don't know what bras you wear, Sherrie. Everybody else at the table just burst out laughing. I'm going, oh yeah, you wouldn't, would you? Don't even know why you said it. I didn't say once as mine. Because I'd never met Donna before this day. Poor Donna had watched me on YouTube, which I didn't know. And I suspect she wished she'd never met me before this day. So yes. And I bet there's a few of you out there going, I wonder if they're the same ones as me that I get from Marks. So for ladies in other countries, Marks is your best for your quality bras, your comfy bras. So thank you for for tolerating me and my stupid sayings, my stupid mouth at the table. And for those who've never sat with me on a stitching table, beware the witch that is Sherrie, the crazy cat lady who gets kittens for our cats. So there you go. Okay, moving on to cross stitch. I have got, because it was a bumper edition last week, wasn't it? I have got, I feel like I'm doing really well in one way and not so good in another. So I have got 2 fully finishes. I know, on top of the 5 last week. I mean, killing it. Absolutely killing it. I have got 2 new starts. I know, on top of the 3 I had last week. I know. I have got no normal finishes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whips. I have got a start and finish. Oh yes, you heard that right. And it's more than 12 stitches, I promise. And I've got a few gifts. Nothing fantastic like last week. And I've also got a little section on a designer, UK designer, that I'm going to tell you about because I've got a giveaway from her. And then I've got the giveaways from last week, which was the turtle, the away, and pirate. So we'll get to them. And if you're not interested in any of that and just finding out if you've won, scoot to the end, and then you'll get them. That is a very good point. I haven't picked a winner. I always leave it right until the next one, so that everybody who's watched the last one gets a chance. And obviously I've forgotten, so I will go off camera, toot sweet, and do it before the end of the viewing. It will be done. So fully finishes. I opened my drawer of doom. Some of you will know my drawer of doom, which is where we put it goes in like that to land. The finishes that we do go into my drawer of doom. Rarely do they see light of day again. But because I'd got me 2 fully finishes from Lisa last week, I can't remember. I usually put me giveaways in there as well, so I just know that that's where they are. And I don't know whether I'd gone in there for that or what, but for whatever reason I'd gone in. I thought, I wonder what I've got. And I was having a look at frames and things and thinking, I wonder what I've got that would fit in frames. So I got quite a lot out to match with frames that I already had. And I discovered, if you remember when I was doing me 24 and 24 this year, I started the year by wanting to do a lot of seasonal pieces. And I found some such seasonal pieces that I'd done but put away because they were out of season. So I found them and matched them to frames. So I have got autumn, oh God, the menopause words are hitting. What they're called? The wee birds. It is wee birds. I was thinking leggy birds. What are they called? Wee birds. My heart and hand. Do you know what? I'm going to check that, and I'm going to draw the winners. I will be 1 nanosecond. Okay, winners have been picked. And yes, it's heart and hand. I don't know why I was doubting myself. I think because I've really struggled with words this week. Maybe because I've been back at work and I'm meant to know what I'm talking about. I haven't done the job for 3 years. How am I meant to know what I'm talking about? So, yes, it's the wee bird and it's autumn, and I am not keeping it in this frame. Reason being, it looks okay in there. But I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I think because I've got the stitching bird there, and I'll show you another one that I've just done. And for some reason this looks too clean. So this is a frame that I got from Lisa Italia Frames. She usually brings a selection of pre-made frames to the retreats, and that was one of them. Just the white and everything, I don't know, it just doesn't suit it. And the second fully finish is Halloween. Wee Bird as well, by Heart in Hand. I've got my craft lamp on to try, and you can see it, the reflection in my glasses, to try and give me a little bit more light. We're back to dark mornings again. So, but I think it's blown out some of the colour, I think. So, and this is a frame I found in a charity shop, which I think was £2. Result, I know. Do you see what I mean by this is, it's not a clean aesthetic look like that. It much more matches that sort of vibe, and I just like it. So I've done my usual poof. I've put my bit of poof in, which I think is called wadding. Yeah. I don't think this is fully finished for good either, because if I remember right, we've talked about me being lazy, but if I remember right, I managed to put it in and it looked about right. Sort of, this looks a bit smaller than that side maybe, but it looked about right. So I just folded the back in and put the thing in. I don't know why I tell you that. I'm even blushing. I don't know why I tell you these things. You would never know. But so that is Halloween. Now in this, I did do this on. I've done them all on 36 count winter moon. I'm pretty sure. But with this, the ghost was disappearing. You quite literally could see through the ghost. You couldn't see the ghost. So I put a little bit of backstitch around him, and that meant that these looked odd. So I backstitched these as well. So normally they wouldn't be backstitched around. Can you believe a stitcher chose to backstitch where there was none required? I know. Glutton for punishment. But that is my second finish. So these have gone up onto my mantelpiece, and they don't fit because it wasn't arranged to have two extra. In my living room, I've got quite it's a really small house that I live in. So the mantelpiece is quite sparse. I've only got like 3 ornaments on it normally. So it looks a bit cluttered at the moment, but I have got another shelving unit that I can put up. It was one of these ladder ones that you can fold up and down, and that got folded down because I had Crazy Cat Lady incoming. I had a massive cat tree right to the ceiling. the cat tree is now gone. They've had the cat tree for 3 years and the cat tree's gone. So I can't actually put my little shelving unit back up because, and I think it'll become my cross-stitch display unit, because I found the other 2 wee birds that I had done, which were winter and Christmas, so they will need to be framed and put on there hopefully in time for Christmas and winter. I can't believe this getting done and getting finished, and yeah, bit bonkers. And I've got another one that I'm in the middle. No, I'm lying. I've got 2 that I'm in the middle of. One of them's not a seasonal piece, so I can do that anytime. The other one's a seasonal piece, so I don't think it'll get done this year. But yeah, this girl is on fire. Do you know, I can tell you a song about singing, and some of you might remember my story about the "'Twas on a Starry Night" back in Christmas last year. For anyone who's fairly new around, basically I went to church, to the Jingle service on Christmas Eve with the family, and my niece was about 5 or 6, Jennifer, and she's got no filter, that girl. I don't know where she gets it from. But she just opens her mouth and it falls out. And I love "'Twas on a Starry Night," and I always sing it full gusto, and I'm not a very good singer. And Jennifer had looked at me afterwards and said, "I think you need to ask Santa for a new singing voice, Auntie Sherrie." I asked Santa, the singing voice didn't materialise. I've asked Santa every year. He still hasn't brought me a new one. I was going to tell you, yeah, the little donkey story. I'll keep that. I'll show you some stitching, and then I'll tell you about the little donkey. Not my finest moment. So, 2 new starts. 2 new starts. Now I've got both of these on pictures on my phone because I didn't want to use a whole load of ink printing it out, pretty much just to show you on here. So it is the historical sampler. It's a historical sampler. That sounded Irish, didn't it? Historical Sampler Company. And they gifted me this. So I finally started it. Said it before and I'll say it again. On Instagram, and she's on Flosstube, Cross Stitch Sarah. She's the queen of these kind of sals. The other queen of sals, Sally, Flossie Sews and Grows. She does hundreds and she's right on them. She knows exactly what she's doing. Like, I haven't got a clue. I just bumble along, hoping for the best. So this is as far as I got. So this has been done on, like I say, they did gift it to me. So they send it with the linen or Ada, whichever you prefer, and all of the threads. And obviously it's a mystery sal, so we've only got part 1. So they send it with all of the threads, and they are pre-sorted. I love historical sampling. I'm not. If you go back to last week, I couldn't say it either. Historical Sampler Company. What's difficult about that? So I love that they pre-sort their fabrics. And this little sweet little needle minder, I'm going to get the name wrong, is from Lindsay Dixon. This is Lindsay and Tracy. I thought it was Tracy. No, I thought it was Lindsay that made the project bags. And it was the right person I was thinking about. I just attached her sister's name to her. I think this is, because now I know that Tracy does the project bags. Life in my head is hard, guys. It's either Lindsay or Tracy. It's the Dixon sisters. They're fabulous. They organise the North East retreats, so some of you will know them. So anyway, I've just made I got the needle minder off them in my Christmas goodie bag last year when we went for our Christmas stitchy meet up. We got a little goodie bag and that was really cool, and that was in it. Naughty, nice. I tried. The only problem is I rarely try. That's why Santa doesn't give us the presents I want, like new singing voices. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to give us the present I want this year either. Anyway, next new start I have got. And of course I said I was, because I'd finished Evelyn Sears, it meant I didn't have a red stitch. I think this is all going apart because I said I'd had a good morning so far. So I've obviously saved all the rubbishness for this video. I'm looking out because basically the sea is there. Well, it's not right there. It's about half a mile away. So we get beautiful sunrises, and in the autumn, I mean, they're spectacular, really spectacular. And it's not quite up yet, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty one. So, and I can't see any of the neighbours yet, so I can't give you any gossip. So, I'll give you some later if I see any. Okay, Norfolk Needle Art, and I am doing Maria Bowthorpe, 1852. Yes, trying to read it backwards. And I love the sentiment on here. Love is the sweetest bud that blows, its beauty never dies. On earth among the saints it grows, and ripens in the skies. That's really lovely. And in this, there's some really good information about Maria as well. The research that's been done is really cool. Now, I got this off my lovely friend Alison, whose birthday stitch it was. She bought it for me as her birthday stitch. I have got the kindest friends, so I started it, and it's not a bad little start. So I started. This border is lovely. Bloody ghosts again, honestly. The border is lovely to stitch. It's a real, I mean, obviously most borders are repetitive, but this is where I don't even have to look at the pattern. I can just crack on and stitch it. It's lovely. Really, really, really lovely. That is the little, again, I'm probably going to turn this light off, especially when it's getting lighter outside. And I'm a bit worried because I put my Halo Glow on, which I normally would, and it's not working. I'm a little bit worried. I've only had it 6 months or so, so won't be impressed if it's broke. Anyway, I got it from Cotton and Clay when I was at Stitch in London, that little teapot. You can't see it very well because this goddamn stupid light. Doggone. That's it. It's pretty. It really is pretty. So that is my new red stitch start. And I'm doing it with, sorry, I haven't said what I'm doing this on. Now, this relates specifically to last week. Anybody who watched last week, I was talking about the new Swan Bay fabrics that I had bought, and this is one of them, which I have cut out. So you can see what I'm doing this on. It is this one, and I held this up to the camera. What this means, and I couldn't understand why, I didn't even have two of them, I had three of them. I was like, why have I bought three of the same colour? Have I been that forgetful that when I've gone back, I've bought it again. I couldn't have. And I held it up because I couldn't read this. It means one of a kind, as Rachel kindly told me. One of a kind of Sandinsian dark, something like that. Basically, she said it was a mistake. This particular, and there was a few of them, and I was talking to Linda Haddon about it as well. And I was like, well, you need to make your mistake again, because this is perfect sampler to me. And that was why I bought 3, because she wouldn't necessarily be doing them again. And when I talked to her about it, she said she couldn't remember the dye recipe, so she was going to do a little bit of experimenting and see if she could get the recipe back again. So hopefully she'll find how she made it. This is Marie I'm talking about, who's Stitches and Diamonds. So that is this, and it's 40 count. And I'm also using it with Schoolhouse Red that I have put on my very wonderful, lovely Mother of Pearl. Again, you can't bloody see it because the goddamn light. That I got off Sarah. And I think she's changed her Instagram name. I think she's Sarah Stitcher. I will put it along here, who she is, or I'll put it in the box. Really, really, really kind lady. So she got me that. So that is being used. I think I've drunk too much Coke. I'm feeling a little bit high. And it is definitely just that kind of Coke. It's not too old for that sort of shenanigans. And it's illegal. More to the point, it is illegal. So they are my fully finishes and my new starts, but I've forgotten to show you my start and finish. And it is a little small. It is a small. And I got it from this book, When the Leaves Fall, by Blackbird. I'll show you in a moment. And this is it. This took me a couple of evenings to do. I say a couple of evenings, a couple of my evenings, which are afternoons basically. And I've done it on 16 count Wren, which is the called for. The called for is Wren. Well, I'm saying the called for. It's what the model's been stitched on is Wren. They've done it on 36 count, but I just had 16 count. Picture this plus. And it's come out really, really, really lovely. Really lovely. And the autumn colours are just fabulous. So I'll show you it here. That's it there at the bottom. Because I wanted to show you that they'd made it into the pin drum. Where's it gone? There it is. Oh, it's got it on there as well. So that is it. And I think I'm going to make it into a Michelle special. Oh. Like this. So the little tartlet that I used. And I made this from, it was Stitch in London, that we did the workshop on how to make them. So I think that is going to be perfect in something like this. So I've had a look for the little tartlets that I can get on, Amazon, because it means I don't have to leave the house. I'm not feeling brave enough to do a pin drum. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't try a drum. I just haven't got the time at the moment. Maybe one, if I'm on leave 1 week, I could try something. But isn't that fab? I'm chuffed to bits with it. So that is my start and finish. So I feel like when I look at my whips, I don't feel like I've done much. But this took 2 days. So isn't that lush? It's not very often I'm chuffed, but I'm really, really, really chuffed. And it was done with all the called for over dies. So hopefully that will be a pincushion the next time. Well, it will be a pincushion the next time you see it, but hopefully it won't be too long until you see it. So give me one shake of a lamb's tail. I've shuffled all my bits, and this is the 3rd time I'm starting this little section. So let's see if I can get it right this time. The first time I ended up showing the pattern by mistake. The second time I said something I shouldn't have said. So this is the 3rd time. Whips. You see that? I got some serious like dust. I mean, I don't really dust in here, but that could be why. November Quaker, because I finished October, and this is as far as I've got. So when you last saw it, it had about 10 stitches in the corner, because it was me 12 and 12 on New Year's Eve last year. And you can tell I was getting tired by November because I had to frog the whole lot and start again. So I'm having a problem with the colours. Again. These are the colours that they're meant to be. Well, these are the DMC equivalents. They are charted with over dies and DMC. I'm just doing them all in DMC. So you've got a darker brown, a lighter brown and a green. Which I was like, I mean, to me they're not great colours for standing out, because I usually have it on my mantelpiece. But I couldn't figure out what I would substitute them with, which ones I would substitute. I couldn't figure it out, so I went with the colours. And it was fine. So we've got the light brown, the dark brown, the green. And then I came over here. Now this bit is this motif here. So I think these are roses, or they look very much like the big flowers, aren't they? So when I started to do it in this brown, I just thought, huh? But what equally threw me is that the patterns are done twofold. You've got I'm just going to try and sneak it up so you can see. You've got a black and white version, and on the other side you've got a colour version. Now you can see that there. Oh, can you see it? It's a yellow. So I'm looking at a pattern that has green, light brown and yellow, not brown, brown and green. So I thought, well, and I did this on the October, can you remember? And it was because I'd been looking at a yellow rather than a peach. So I'm a bit confused as to why the patterns have been printed with different colours than the actual pattern should be. If you're putting colours on, would you not put the right colours on? I mean, it's very, 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 very easy to confuse me. But this has me totally baffled. So I substituted the brown on that motif for a yellow, and I picked 3046 because it's like to me it looks like it's got a hint of brown in it. It's on that spectrum, that colourway. So I'm going to do those roses green. I have had a look at the rest of the pattern, as to where else the light brown is. And it's basically at the bottom here. Now, I think the problem is if I'd done it in the overdyes, it would look fine because you can see it's all variegated. Same with the flowers. I think the problem is that I'm doing it with DMC. So what I'm going to do is do these nuts, acorns in brown, but then do these little bits in yellow, because I've already done the brown in that and I'm not frogging an entire motif. And to be fair, it looks nice. It looks okay to me. So I'm just going to bring them. Come on, Sherrie. Speak clearly. Definitely. Yeah, move on. So I'm going to bring the colours together in that motif and do yellow and brown. So I'm going to end up with 4 colours in this. And some of you might remember, or not, that I ended up with 4 colours in another one, which was an absolute accident because it was a green that I had already done, and then I started another green that looked similar. It was in, I don't know how it had fallen into the project bag. Anyway, I did this green and realised it was different green from the green I'd already put in there. So I ended up with 4 in that one as well, but that was just me being stupid. This one is deliberate. Okay, moving on, another historical sampler one. It's not Halloween yet, so I am still doing it. I am still doing it, and I am doing what I would call the snagging. Let's see if I can find the full picture. Just press pause while I was hunting for it. So that is the full picture. It is gorgeous, and it literally is a happy stitch. It really is. I really recommend this. They gifted it to me, but not, I wouldn't recommend it because of that. I'm too honest. As you see when I talk about the colours. So this is as far as I am. I am nearly done, but there's still quite a bit to go. So when I look at it, I think, yeah, it's nearly done, but then I've got to do all the border. Now, whether I come back and do all of the inners, I'm not sure I will. But I've tried to start from the top, and I'm trying to do what I call the snagging. So I've started going round putting all these little orange doodah bits in. The same with this one. I've done this and put his little eyes in and done all the things. I have finished the other cobweb and put all the things in here, and I've started coming down here and putting the inside, the orange, in here as well. Oh, and I've done when I can speak, the broom. So I've done that. So I'm working my way down. I have also done these 3 little doodahs here, and I got, which one was it? I think it was that one wrong. No, or was it that one wrong? Yeah, it was that one wrong. No, I don't know. One of them's wrong. If I'd pointed it out, would you been able to tell? No. So, yeah, so I'm kind of starting and working my way down. So I'm busy doing the outside. I think it's called a border. And we talked about this, didn't we? That I think that needle minder just looks perfect in there. It's meant to be a little cat. I will see how far, when I get everything else done, I will see. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. Because I think that looks just about perfect. but it's a little cat. But then again, I have got a little cat here. Is this the crazy cat lady thing coming out again? I will see. I will see how close I am to Halloween. And I will have the cat conversation with myself. I might ask Scout and Jem their opinions. Because do have full conversations with them, you know. And they answer me. Scout does, to be fair, he's very vocal. He's a pain in the hoopla at times. Right, this one I have done very, 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 very little on. But I have put a stitch in and I want to show you the pattern because it's bloody gorgeous. So I'm going to show you it. So this is There Is Room. There is no room at the inn. Oh, I didn't tell you my little donkey story, did I? So when I was in infant school, and this will come as no surprise, I was all singing, all dancing kind of girl. So I was Mary in the Nativity. I know. They couldn't have miscast any better. So anyway, I was Mary once, because you only got to be Mary and Joseph and that until you were in third year. That was like your last year. So when I was in third year, so I would have been about 8, maybe 7, 8. And we were doing a rehearsal, and Mary and Joseph have to walk around the crowd, like the parents, and so they've got all the kids in the middle, and then they've got all the parents around the outside. So we had to walk around outside, in between the kids and the parents, right around, when we were walking to Bethlehem. And we would sing, and everyone would sing the song Little Donkey. Yeah? Now this is a story I only ever told one person, and I regretted it. It was an ex. Anyway, they decided it would be a lovely idea if Mary sang it on her own. So they said, Sherrie, will you sing Little Donkey, and we'll see what it's like. So I started singing Little donkey, on the dusty road. Sherrie, I think we'll not bother. I think we'll get everybody to sing it. I was devastated. Absolutely devastated. To the point where I never told anybody, apart from this particular ex. And then he would start, and whenever we were out walking, he'd go, come on, little donkey, hurry up. So that's my little donkey story. Don't tell anyone. I'm so embarrassed. Okay, so There Is Room, unlike Joseph and Mary, where there was no room at the inn. And I have literally just done some more of this. And this is on one of Marie's Swan Bay fabrics. This is, I haven't got a tag on this, can't remember what it's called. It's the only blue that they've got, and it is a fabulous blue. And that little needle minder I made myself. I'm sure I was going to show you something else. It's on a 40 count. Oh, that's right, I was going to show you these, because I've got me. It is antique lace, I think. I can't even remember if it's a Weeks Dye Works or a classic colour. I think it's a Weeks. I could be wrong. But I've got them on my, come on, Sew Me Sarah, who's a lovely, lovely lady, and her friend Noreen. And Noreen, I should have mentioned, Noreen had finished the Witchy Stitcher exclusive that we got at Big Stitch when we were at Stitch in London. She finished it. It was fab. It looks brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Another one that I bought from Stitch in London, Gothic Bat, which is still available in her box club, I think it's called. Because I know somebody bought it this week. And I have done a little bit more, so I had only done this little bit, so I haven't done a huge amount, but I've done all of this. All of this? Well, I mean, it's not a huge amount. And this is on a Megan Coffee Craft. This is a 28 count. Now, I said last week, and I can't remember the last time I stitched on a 28 count. That is a lie, because then I showed you. Oh, I'm missing one of me whips. Then I showed you another one that I'm doing, which is a 28 count. What I meant was it's a long time since I bought a 28 count. But I counted it and it's come out as a 30 count because of the over die. And I am doing it just 1/2. And I like it. I do like it. It doesn't even look that primmy, to be fair. I don't know if I can. To me, it doesn't look like it's a 1/2 on 38 on definitely not on 28 counts. It's coming out as a 30, but it doesn't look like that. It would look like a 32 count, 1/2 on a 32 count. That's what it looks like to me. And I am doing it with Fisherman's Wharf from Gentle Art. Actually, that antique, I'll need to check. It's just sitting up there anyway. I'm going to go and get that with a whip as well. Right, I've checked it and it is Antique Lace by Gentle Arts. So I was wrong. It was neither a Classic Colourwork or a Weeks. It was a Gentle Art. Next one, the Salem Sisters Apothecary. I love that word. Bear in mind, because just thinking, you know, I'm saying, oh, I love a word that you can wrap your mouth around, and yet I cannot say Historic Sampler Company properly. So there we are. I have got as far as I have finished Sisters, and I am nearly finished Apothecary. So since you saw it, I have done, can't remember if I've done the E, the C, the A, and obviously I'm now in the R. And this bit didn't take too long. And this is just the same on the other side. But then I've got some more words at the bottom. Tonics, brews, spells, and a couple of back stitches. I'd like to get this finished this week. I think that's doable. I think if I focus on it, if I make this my focus, and this is the other 28 count. It is Storm by Be Stitch Me, and I counted this as well, and this is coming in at a 30 count as well. But I think, I mean, this is a Zweigart, I think, because it's got the orange. But the I don't know. No, I'm not even going to guess. I don't know what fabric it is. I find the Picture This Plus fabric, the actual fibres in it, I find them really fat and I don't like it. I prefer a Zweigart. So I love Weeks, but some of them, I don't know what their base is, but there's others that do, and they'll put on Zweigart base, and I love it. I love a Zweigart. I do love a Zweigart. I'm looking forward to having this finished. I'm quite chuffed that I've got some good, since me Disturbed Women, which has gone up there, I've always had a font stitch on the go. I really enjoyed that so much that I kept a font stitch in me. So I did was it Old Salem Sanatorium? It was something sanatorium, and now I'm doing that. And have I got another one? I'm sure I've got another one earmarked when that one's done. I like having a red stitch, a font stitch, a traditional sampler, seasonal stuff. Yeah, it seems like I need one of all of those in me rotation because it just makes us happy. So this one, and I think I need a Brenda Gervais in all of them as well. So this is When Pumpkins Glow by the aforementioned Brenda Gervais. And it is coming on. It's coming on, isn't it? I have finished his breeches. His bloody breeches took the lot. Or it could be her breeches. I'm not. Or it could be their breeches. You know. I remember it was a while ago now. Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching. They were doing it. It was Steph was stitching something and it had an angel in. And the angel had, it looked like trousers on. She said something about, his pants. And Pam went, pants? Pants? And Steph was like, yeah, pants. Angels are equal, what is it called? Equality? Or whatever it is. What is it called now? Equal. Anyway, they had pants. And I think out of everything Pam and Steph have done that have made me laugh, that has stuck with me forever. Pants? Yeah, pants, Pam. Angels are allowed to wear pants these days. You know. It's made me laugh. So, this pumpkin person in their pants. So I finished that and took some doing. And then I think I finished the flowers. I just need to put the back stitch of the stems in. And I've come over here and started doing the words over on this side. So it's one of these where I'm looking at it thinking, no, I'm nearly done. I don't think I'm nearly done. I don't think it'll take us just a day or two. I think it'll take longer to be nearly done with this. So I've got to do all the bottom along here as well. What else have I got? Oh, there's a load of over one. These little wiggly bits. So is that. And I don't mind stitching over one. That doesn't faze me. It's just that it takes forever. Or is it just me? It just seems to take forever. So, and I've got a couple of leaves and a couple more birds. So I'm more than halfway, put it that way. I think I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through. So I don't think it will be done for this Halloween. However, I'll be surprised if I stop stitching on it until it's done. And I'm doing that, sorry I should have said, on 40 count platinum by Zygot. What was I just saying? I love a Zygot. With all of the called for. Look at that one. This isn't just that. I've got this and I've also got, because I did I Love Fall most of all. And then I started on this, and the other one I had earmarked to do was Shepherd's Bush. So it's the threads for all those three. we will see. I'm not going to say I'm definitely going to keep stitching on it after Halloween, but I am enjoying it. And my last whip is my Sarah Fletcher, my sampler that I appear to need in my rotation, traditional sampler. And again, I haven't done much on this, but I have finished this. So I was down to about here, so I've finished this motif. I've got a couple of lines I think to do here, and then that motif will be finished. And I also have backed up and started putting in the over one. I think I've done the S. Oh, that's right, I've done the A and the R. So I've only done the A and the H. But I'm trying to do a little bit of fun stuff, back up and do the 1 over 1, and I'll take turns. So again, this is much like the, what do you call it, when pumpkins glow. It looks pretty good, but it's not nearly finished. It's still got a way to go. I'm enjoying this, and this is done with 36 count Winter Moon with the called for 100 phrase. And this is just like butter. Even the over 1 on 36 count is butter with the silks. Ugh. I'm going to be gutted when this is finished. And I've said this before, but the godmother of cross stitch, Carol Saltbox, I saw this on her Instagram and fell in love. And I can't. I gotta haven't been able to watch this week's Saltbox because I got a note to say off a friend to say, oh, Carol's mentioned you, and I was like, oh, I can't even. I mean, Michelle of the pants times it by 100, and that's how I feel about Carol. There is no way I can interact with this lady. Like, she's just a goddess. So the fact that she's mentioned me, and I think this is the second time, because I didn't watch it the last time she mentioned me either, so I usually get a heads up of someone, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm literally hunkering down in my house going, oh, like how do you interact with people that are like so far above you that I just don't even know how you do it. I don't. So if any of you know Carol, will you tell her thank you? I'm not going to assume she's watching because I can't. That would mean I'd be speaking directly to her, and I haven't got that in me. Oh, Sherrie, God Almighty. Okay, so we'll move on from the godmother of cross stitch onto gifts and giveaways. 2 ticks. Okay, first section. I'd like to focus on a UK designer. That designer is called Caroline Selden, and she is of the Haystacks Stitching. Haystack. Only one. She only has one haystack. No, there's no more. She doesn't own any more. I'd love to know where she got that. name from, actually. She has gifted me a chart, but I already have a lot of her charts, and she has gifted you a chart as well. So the giveaway this week is any chart or kit from Caroline's shop, Haystack Stitching. We were going to do, because I've been after one of her Halloween. I'm not doing this very well, sorry, I'm not very eloquent, I'm not very... some words are hard today, like words sounding thingy are hard today. Exactly, the word sounding thingy. Normal, good, isn't working very well. Yes, I was after a chart, and she very kindly said, I will give it to you, and I will also give a giveaway. I didn't ask for it, she offered. I've never asked for any giveaways, I just wouldn't dream of it. Is that? I don't know if that's right or it's not, I don't know, but I just don't. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the other stuff because I don't say it that often, and I just think we really need to sort of big up our UK designers a little bit. We know the American ones and they are wonderful. I mean, they are wonderful. But we've equally got some really wonderful homegrown designers as well. So I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I already own from Caroline. There is this one, which is super sweet. Posy, which is a scissor fob. Yeah, scissor fob and a scissor holder. There's that one I have. I also have the two royal ones. Lilibet, in memory of Queen Elizabeth. And they're all just Smyrna crosses. Dead easy. Dead easy. Smyrna crosses and cross-stitch. And a little scissor fob as well on there. And I also got the Charles, the Coronation. And I love this. This has got all the flowers that make up the UK. Is it that make up the... Yes, it is that make up the UK. Did you know there is a difference between the UK and Great Britain? Some of you will. Most of you will, probably. But if you didn't, the difference is Great Britain is England, Scotland and Wales. The UK is England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. I don't know why. That's as much as I know. And these two, I got these two at the Big Stitch. Santa's coming. Isn't that just lush? With the three little cats. The theme, this Flosstube, appears to be cats. And funnily enough, Santa's helpers. And they've got a... What is that? Is that a cow? Yes. A cow, a sheep, and a cat. Isn't that lush? I think that's dead canny. Very prim looking. And I've got two of her kits. So I've got Guardian Angel. And I didn't realise it was a kit when I bought it. But you get everything you need with it, including the ribbon, the lace, the finishing material for the back of the pillow. It's lush. And look at these. She's got a Christmas jumper series, and there's another couple I've got my eye on as well. And it's a full kit. You get the ribbon and everything. Even get the little metal coat hanger. Isn't that dead cute? I love that. I love that. And she gifted me Boo. let me have a look for the... Isn't that lush? Isn't that lush? And strangely enough, there's a cat on there as well. Didn't even realise how attracted I am to the cats without even doing it deliberately. Do we think that officially makes me a crazy cat lady then? So Caroline has gifted, like I say, either a chart or a kit from her haystack stitching, which I'll put along here. And we will say, oh, in fact, no, we will use haystack as the word, the, what you call it, giveaway word. Haystack, 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 no S. So yeah, so that is fab. Let's have a look at the gifts I got. I got all of these. So I got them from Peakside, another homegrown, what you call it, UK shop. All of these. Is that not a fall? Oh God, I'm getting all American. Fall palette. For autumn. It is the palette that goes with these. I discovered that Blackbird have pretty much inside their book, it's pretty much all the same. Each book is all the same threads. So I got them all for this, and I've already got this earmarked to do next. So I've got all the threads to go along with that, so I can put that in a project bag with all the threads and know that I'm good to go for any of them, basically. And I got another Blackbird. I hate ordering threads without ordering something else, so I ordered Climbing the Trellis. And the best of it is, not one of those threads is for this. So when people are working in shops, you know, like Rachel and Kate and the other online needlework, Catherine and Carla, like if it was me, I'd be thinking, she's got that Blackbird chart with a whole load of threads and not one of them is for the same pattern. What? That would be me. I got this came through. So, who is jingling and bawling? Me, miss. Me, miss. I will be jingling and bawling on the... on the whenever. I'm looking at the calendar. Is it the 30th of November and the 1st of December? Or is it the 6th, 7th, 8th? I don't know when it is. It might be good to work that one out. So the Jingle Ball, if you haven't heard of it, Jingle Ball was created by Steph from Lindy Stitches. And it is basically a virtual event. Loads of different stitching tables, as it is. In other words, Zoom rooms that you can go into. It's $10 to get in. And then there are stitching classes that you can choose to go to. I have chosen to go to 2 stitching classes this year. I did one last year on making pins with Steph, and that was really good. I really enjoyed it. And the way they do it is you get a ticket for the class, but the class, you know, when everyone goes, oh, I'm in UK time, the class is at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's fine because they just record it. So you've got access to the class, and you get access for, I want to say 30 days afterwards. It's 2, well, I'm sure it's 4 weeks, 30 days, that you have access to the class to re-watch it. if you need to. So I have joined two. I got the pattern through for one of them. The other pattern I will get through, I'm reliably told, around the 1st of November. So I'm doing the Tiny Modernist Gingerbread House class, which is that one. And I got the pattern through, so I have started kitting it up. Ready to do. So you can do the pre-stitching with these and follow along in the class, or you can not do the pre-stitching and just watch the class, or you can do the pre-stitching but not follow along in the class. That is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do the pre-stitching. I'm going to see how fast she goes. If I think I can keep up, I might do it during the class, but if I don't, I'm just going to, yeah, watch it first and then use the recording to actually do my thing by. And the other one, you will probably not be surprised to know, is the Stacey Nash one. And it's for a sewing book. It's lovely. But she hasn't sent the what do you call it through? The pattern. She's just sent a thing through saying hello, and I will be sending it out. But that is it for anybody who hasn't seen it. And it's a sewing book. She called it? Yeah. Gingerbread House Sewing Book and Class. So I'm going to do that one as well. So they're the two I'm going to do. Now, the first year it was a bit of a, because there wasn't enough spaces for people and they went like that, and unfortunately they go on sale when it's not good for UK, like during the night. I think it was midnight when they go on sale. So it was really difficult for anybody from different countries to get in, and to be honest, there just wasn't enough. So they've changed it all, and my understanding, I could be wrong, go and check it out yourself. I will put the thing in the down here. That it's an open class because it's just been done over Zoom. Anybody can go. The kits are all sold out. Some of them come with kits and they've only got a finite amount of those, but they're only in the US anyway. So unfortunately we can't get them over here in the UK or any other countries. But I think there may be still classes available. I don't think they sell out as such these days. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, and I could be totally misleading you. Go and check out to see if there's classes still available. For the Jingle Ball, and I'll see you there, whoever of you is going. So I have got, so that's all my gifts. Not very much, because I bent too much money the last time. I spent too much money the last time even as well. Okay. Yes. Winners. Okay, so giveaway from last time. Actually. Okay, I'm all organised now. May leave things to the last minute. No. Okay, so there was the 3 giveaways from last week. There was the Snowman collection by Cottage Garden Pirate, and the winner for that was, I don't know if this lady's won one before. Might have, might not have. Can't remember. Kathy Fudge, 5211. Kathy Fudge, 5211. Away We Ride, which was away, and this came very kindly from Jean, who's just up the road in Newcastle. One of her triplets that she's bequeathing to one of you, and that was won by Sue Hood, HOOD 1523. Sue Hood 1523. Yes. I'm saying yes because I would say Hood, like a Geordie way of saying would be Sue Hood, but I think it sounds totally different from Hood, so that's why I spelt it out. Why am I justifying everything? Because I just do, and because the godmother might be watching, and she might not understand Hood. She might understand Hood. And the last one, which Sophie has put on her Instagram under Turtle Bay. It's the Justsewsherrie Fat Quarter. She's mean. She's really mean. So it was the William Morris Fat Quarters, and the person that won that was Sarah Mandlar, 7118. So Sarah Mandlar, 7118. Well done, Sarah. I suspect there'll be a lot of very jealous people, me included. The posting of this is going to be very difficult, isn't it? Very, very difficult. Challenging. So, I can't even get the things in. You see, because it's meant to live here with me. I'm going to have to buy them. But I'm going to Harrogate, and I got quite a few bits of fabric from Harrogate last year as well, so I need to be. You're seeing all these little things that just fly around my world. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I've got any particular theme this week for my final thought, other than cats. And I've not come across an inspirational quote about cats. Actually, I've never looked for one, so maybe I should. So if I find a good one, we'll maybe use it next week. But thanks for spending time with me. Hugely grateful, especially if you've made it this far. Very, very, very grateful, as always. And the final quote for this week is just because. Yeah, just because. It's about happiness. Happiness is a choice. Choose life, choose happiness, and make someone smile. Bye for now.